Good morning, it's Karl Hall from Newcastle Fans TV, and today you join me at none other than this absolutely marvellous architectural wonder that we call St James's Park, the fortress that Arsenal fans will probably be laughing about now. But it is what it is. Newcastle succumbed to a 2-0 defeat against Arsenal on the weekend. Some may call it game management. I think it's okay for us to accept that. What's difficult to accept is that you weren't calling it that when the shoe was on the other foot, but it is what it is. Everyone wants to be Eddie Howe. Newcastle take on Leeds United this weekend in what will be a very interesting fixture. Newcastle looking to cement Champions League football, and I think it's safe to say that we probably need around 6 points to certify that, with Leeds looking to do everything they can to climb out of the relegation zone as they look to emulate some of the success that they had against Manchester City, albeit still coming out with a 2-1 defeat. Newcastle United have been so prolific in front of goal throughout different spells of the Premier League, and I think that we have been that up, absolutely have been that up until the Arsenal game. They just managed to do whatever they had to try and get the result they needed to stay in contention for the Premier League title, which, had Newcastle been in the same boat, I'd have expected us to do the same thing. So 12:30 kickoff at Ellen Road this Saturday. Is there going to be pressure on Newcastle United? Absolutely. Coming off the back of that 2-0 defeat, I think most fans will feel now, unfortunately, because we're spoiled, that anything other than Champions League football with the position that we're in might be a failure with regards to this final third of the season. Not the season as a whole, as it's been absolutely fantastic, and we'll be looking to take advantage of a low on confidence, just not very good Leeds side at the moment, and I mean that with the greatest respect. As I said, I think they'll be looking to emulate some of the success they had on the field against Manchester City, albeit still coming out with a loss. And again, that's so drudging on confidence. And knowing that Newcastle United will be coming to press high, they've got their work cut out of them as they try to climb out of the relegation zone. Will they be looking to play like Arsenal did against us? I very much doubt it. I can only see Leeds coming out on the front foot, to be completely honest with you, because they need to win. It's very tight at the bottom. Draws aren't going to help them. They need to win. They've got us, Tottenham and West Ham, and I think that's it, to be honest. I believe they're the 3 remaining fixtures. So sitting deep and being placid and trying to beat Newcastle United on the counter just isn't going to work. So I can see this being a very, very open game, and I think it will be telling as to where Leeds end up, whether it's in the Premier League or the Championship, unfortunately for them. But I'm going to get down to the front of the stadium, see if we can get in front of some fans and see what they think their score predictions are going to be, and how Newcastle United season's been, what they felt about the hypocrisy with the Arsenal game. We'll see you down there. So what's your name, mate?
It's Chrissy.
Chrissy.
Aye.
Nice to meet you. I'm Karl, this is Newcastle Fans TV. First of all, mate, talk to me about that Arsenal game. I know we've been accused of doing something similar in the past, but when we were doing it, it was time wasting. When Arsenal do it, it's game management. What do you think?
Oh, it was shocking, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Absolute disgrace.
Penalty or no penalty?
No penalty.
No?
No.
Karl Hall at the club shop at St James's Park, and I'm delighted to be joined by young Otis. You watched the Arsenal game, Newcastle United, on the weekend, mate?
Yeah, it was a terrible performance. It should have been a penalty.
3-0.
Bring it on. Yeah. Champions League, how come?
Do you reckon we're getting it? It's got to be done, hasn't it?
Well, aye, we're getting it.
Do you think it should have been a penalty?
Yeah.
What about the people that are saying that it hit his leg first? I thought it was a penalty as well.
Yeah, it hit it at the same time, really.
Yeah. And what did you think about the way that Arsenal played as well? Do you think there was a little bit of time wasting going on? What did you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
Who was the best player for Newcastle United on the weekend?
So Linton was really good, I think.
Yeah. Chinese Geordie.
How you doing, mate? You all right? Yeah, good, thanks, you.
Yes, we're making a habit of this, aren't we? Bumping into
Oh,
each
no,
other?
bumping into each other twice now, yeah.
know,
Just need to go for a pint now.
No, we do. Talk to me about that Arsenal game, mate. I've been asking quite a few people. The hypocrisy from the pundits is a little bit jarring. We played in a similar way in the reverse fixture, and it was looked at as time wasting, and then Arsenal have come to St James's Park and it's looked at as good game management, partially because obviously they're in a Premier League title race, and it was frustrating to watch, but I kind of understood how they were playing. How did you feel about it?
Well, I mean, it was always going to be revenge for them, weren't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Arteta already said last time when they lost to us, when they couldn't get in the Champions League. So, to be fair, I understand why they did it. They just wanted to frustrate us, and they did. And you know what? They played really well, unfortunately, as much as I don't want to admit it. Had we took that chance in the first 9 minutes when Jacob Murphy hit the post, I think we would have been on to a winner that one. But then the number of times it's just rolled about all game.
Yeah.
And then Xhaka going down time after time just in the first half, that said it all. I mean, you know, they've come out with this new statistic how, you know, Newcastle have been wasting time. I've never seen this statistic in my life before, but, you know, we're now joining the big boys. We're part of the big boys, so everything's like Newcastle this, Newcastle that. But it was a tough one on Sunday, I'm not going to deny. Had we won that, I think we were guaranteed top 4.
Yeah. If we didn't, would you be disappointed now where we are? I know we've had a fantastic season. I've said this to a few people. Because of where we are, because we've been in the top 4 for so long, do you think it will be disappointing if we don't get Champions League now?
No. If you had offered well to start this season, cup final,
Yeah.
last 5 games, challenging for Champions League, every single fan would have took your hands off.
Absolutely. Back, and who am I joined by?
Kevin from Canada.
Give me what you've just said to me there, Kevin.
I just watch these guys all on NUFC TV. It's a great channel. Really support it from Canada.
Really appreciate you jumping on with me. Because it's actually surprising how little people want to come on camera, bless them. Talk to me about the Arsenal game, Kevin. How did you feel about that the weekend?
Yeah, it was a bit bad.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is. It's just one game that we've lost. Not the right time of season, but we bounced back at Leeds. And then we beat them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How did you feel about I mean, if we're honest, we have managed games in that way, but when we were doing it towards the start of the season, everyone was saying that we were anti-football, which I think is unfair. And now because Arsenal have been praised in doing it because they're in a title race, which it was frustrating to watch, but I understood where they were coming from, because if Newcastle were in a title race, I'd want them to play in the same manner if it's going to guarantee we get back into it. How do you feel about the hypocrisy?
It's part of the game now, unfortunately. You know, we all have to watch that and endure that. Right now we're staying on the south coast, and we got tickets to go see Brighton Everton on Monday, and see time wasting going on there with Pickford, little hands, you know. So yeah, that was brutal down there, and it's just part of the game, and it's a part I don't like.
Yeah. That about the fact that we're the ones that are putting the ball out of play. Like, I think everyone's forgetting that there's two football teams playing, and it seems to be everyone that visits St James's Park. So yeah, unbelievably frustrating. Who do you think played well for us on Sunday? Because I actually do agree with you. It was difficult to swallow at the time, but you know, once it come out of the ground, I thought Arsenal actually played really well, and they're probably good value for the win, bar everything else.
Yeah, I thought Esak had a good game.
Yeah.
Again, he's such a skillful player for a bloke who's 6'4". There's nothing on him, but he's so strong, and he gave Ben White a really hard time. You know what? I didn't feel like we played bad at all. We had more shots. We had more on target. Shaw hit straight, that header straight to Ramsdale. We hit the post twice. I mean, Nick Pope bailed us out a few times as well. So it was really end-to-end if you're thinking about it.
Where were you actually staying? Were you staying in Brighton, were you?
Just down the coast from Brighton. Our friends live just down the coast, so we're there.
Had some nice weather for it as well.
Yeah, it was not too bad. Bit of rain. But I've supported Newcastle 50 years. My best man and his family all from South Shields, and that's what got me into Newcastle. Come up many times to watch games. Been trying to get tickets now. Can't
Gold
get
dust.
tickets. It's crazy.
Who's your favourite player been this season, mate? Joe Linton's my personal favourite, I've got to say. I think he's been absolutely amazing.
I like Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah, class, isn't he? Class.
But I think at the end of the day, just look how far we've come. And then if you look at the players that played as well, I mean, some of them were still brought under the previous regime. You know, there's Jacob Murphy still playing, you know what I mean? You know, he's still putting in a shift, you know. I feel like in midfield, unfortunately, Bruno didn't have his best of games. I'm not going to say he was really bad. I still feel like that ankle's troubling him. He just doesn't look right at this moment in time. He kept on losing the ball, Joe Linton as well, and I don't know if you agree, but not having Longstaff just to be there, just to wipe up the play and just be that sweet man midfield, it really hurt us. It was like that in the Southampton game as well. The first 10 minutes, I mean, they had a shot within 1 minute, you know, and already Joe Linton was just looking at Bruno's going, oh, didn't you have him? So, you know, it depends what's going to happen now. If we a big one against Leeds, obviously, and we don't know if Longstaff's going to play now. So
Newcastle against Leeds on the weekend. Big game because we're trying to get Champions League football, and obviously Leeds want to stay in the Premier League. How do you think that one's going to go?
We're going to batter them.
We're going to batter them. What's the score going to be?
3-0.
3-0. And do you think Newcastle are going to get in the Champions League?
Yeah.
I'd 100% agree, and it's Johnny from the channel. Obviously, you know he's been singing Longstaff's praises from the very start of the season in terms of him being an unsung hero, and myself. I've transitioned to it it's amplified when he's not in the team. You can actually see it. It's massive. But talking about that Leeds game, they're obviously struggling hugely to kind of come out of that hole in terms of. It looks like they might be going down to the Championship. They've not won since the 4th of April against Forest. How do you expect them to come out? Because they need a win. They can't sit back.
Yeah.
Do you expect them to try and put us on the back foot?
I mean, they've got whole advantage straight away, and you know, Ellen Road, when it's bouncing. But saying that, we're going to bring a full army there. You know, we always pack our way, and you know, at the end of the day, they're fighting for relegation. You know, not to get relegated. We're fighting for, you know, getting to the Champions League. I think we're going to start off nervous. It's undoubtedly that's going to happen. We are the away team as well. Is there anything that they can really trouble us with? Yes, only if we make a mistake. That's the only thing I can say. Obviously, they've got players like, you know, Bamford, there's Harrison, Rodrigo can play. I think if they get a chance, they will score. Because at the moment, you know, our problem is we can't keep a clean sheet at the moment. You know, from the run that we had, and now we can't keep a clean sheet. You know, it's hard to say. It's Big Sam as well. He's going to have an agenda against us. I know Fat Cash isn't here anymore, but he's always going to have an agenda against us, so he's going to really pump them up. But they leak goals like mad, you know, so just get at them. It depends on the goalkeeping situation as well. Obviously, they changed their keeper at the weekend. If they bring that young French goalkeeper back in, we'll see.
I'm here for my 65th birthday. This is my treat. I'm getting a stadium tour in a little while.
Amazing.
Every time I've been here, never done that. So going to get.
I've still not done one. I need to do one. How do you think we'll get on against Leeds on the weekend? Because obviously there's still pressure on us, but Leeds are really struggling to look for points to stay in the league now, aren't they? And I personally can't see them sitting back. They're going to have to come out and attack us.
Yeah, I think they will. But I think the way Eddie Howe's got the team playing, they seem to bounce back after every little defeat we have. The players this season have just gone beyond. Yeah. I think they've really dug deep in a lot of games, and I've been really enjoying watching the football. It's been really good.
And to 3-0, who's going to score?
Esak at me starts, get a double, and I'm going to go and Botman this week as well.
Yeah, deserves it, doesn't it?
Aye, class, solid.
Score prediction?
1-0 to us.
Okay, I like that. So I think it's going to be one of those games, to be fair. Final one from me, mate. Wilson and Esak starting together. Does it work? I know it's too soon to say, but did it work?
It didn't work on Sunday. Wilson was too isolated half of the time. You can see the tactic most of the time was just trying to get it to Esak, and then it was just trying to replicate that goal against Southampton, just see if Wilson was going to be in the box, but it just didn't work. I think the rotation really worked because then it kept them fresh, but then it spurred each other on as well. Yes, they've set up goals for each other a few times, but it didn't work on Sunday. But probably because we were playing a better side at the same time, and they just sussed us out, really. They had Karl and Wilson, just had no service at all. maybe should have changed it up and probably took Wilson off early and brought Maxi on, because Maxi was quite bright, I thought, when he came on, and Gordon played all right as well.
Who, for you, has been your favourite player this season? Who's been the most instrumental, do you feel?
I don't know, instrumental. I would say, for me, Joe Linton is just... the turnaround in that guy has just been unbelievable. You know, from everybody thinking he was a 40 million flop to where he is now. You know, I just hope he makes it onto the Brazilian team at some point.
Yeah, he definitely deserves it. So you're off to do your stadium tour now?
Yeah.
How long are you over here for now?
We go back tomorrow. It's just 2 days, so just wanted to get up here. The wife said, "What do you want to do for your 65th?" I said, "I want to get a game." Can't do that, so we do the stadium tour and just enjoy the hospitality of Newcastle. We love it up here. Every time we come back, we try and get around. So
amazing. Who's been your best player of the season?
Joe Linton.
He's been unreal again, hasn't he?
Quality. Him and Sean Longstaff.
Yeah.
Longstaff unsung hero up there.
Massively unsung. I agree.
No. I'll start Maxi on the weekend.
Yeah.
Aye.
Okay.
Maxi, Esak, and I'll go with Miggy as well.
You start Miggy now.
Aye.
Okay, fair enough. 3-0. Chrissy,
3-0.
appreciate it, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Legend. How are we gonna get on in it? Do you think we'll do okay, or do you think we'll struggle to get out of the group stages?
We'll get into the semis, I think.
Yeah. And who do you think is going to get 4 spots? Do you think it'll be Man United or Liverpool?
Man United.
And what do you think of Sunderland?
Terrible.
Good lad. Cheers, Otis. Thank you very much, mate. Take care.
Thank you.
Cheers, buddy. Really appreciate your time, Kevin.
no
Thank you very
problem.
much.
Thank you.
Have a lovely time here.
Yeah.
We see you soon.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
But you know what? In Eddie Howe we trust.
Absolutely, mate. Chinese Geordie, Karl Hall, Newcastle Fans TV. We'll see you in the next one.
Ja broer, wel filmen broer, wel filmen. So, do I need to take it?
Yeah, you can take it.
Okay, I can take it, yeah.
Some questions.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna stand here, yeah?
Yeah. Karl Hall from Newcastle Fans TV. And first of all, what's your name, mate?
My name is Santiago Alvarez Sanchez.
Repeat that for me.
Santiago Alvarez Sanchez.
Santiago Alvarez
yes,
Sanchez.
yes.
Okay, cool.
We're come with the boat from Holland, and we're gonna stay here like 1 day, something like that.
Yeah. Did you get here today or?
Yeah, we just got here, you know. I'm still drunk. I'm sorry.
Brilliant. You've got the Louis Vuitton glasses on and
You see it, huh?
Yeah,
I think that is gonna stand you very good, my brother.
reckon?
Let me see.
Looking drippy.
Oh,
Drippy.
looking drip. Get sturdy. Whoa.
So you've been following much Premier League football?
I like it. Yeah, I like it. We went here. You can call them
Newcastle?
But who are these people?
Callum Wilson?
Callum Wilson, yeah.
Joe Willer?
I like the alley. You know, I like the alley. Please. You know, you got a very beautiful alley right here.
Newcastle taking on Leeds
Okay.
United on the weekend. How do you think Newcastle are going to get on?
I think that's gonna be very good, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think, you know why? Because it's very beautiful people, you know, and just you gotta be drippy, as you just told me. And then if you can ball good, then it's not gonna be a problem. You just do like this. Yeah, then it's gonna be alright. Yeah.
Perfect. Santiago, appreciate it, mate.
Thank you, my brother.
Take care.
You just learned me English, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like Alice. Yeah. I like it.